स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our daily morning reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. And thank you so much for joining. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I seek blessings and permission from Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and entire Guru Parampara. May they bless us that we can receive the message of Bhagavatam. And let me offer my respects to all of you Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Let's continue our reading of Bhagavatam. By Krishna's mercy, we are reading from Canto 10, the Summum Bonum, and Chapter 9, Mother Yaśodā Binds Lord Kṛṣṇa. Let's go to verse 11. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृतागसं तं प्ररुदन्तमक्षिणी कषन्तमञ्ज्मार्षिणि स्वपाणिना उद्वीक्षमाणं भयविह्वलीक्षणं हस्ते गृहीत्वाभिशयन्त्यवाहुरा। Let's look at word to word. Krita Agasam, who was an offender, tam unto Krishna, prarudantam with a crying attitude, akshini with his two eyes, kashantam rubbing, anjata mashini from whose eyes the blackish ointment was distributed all over his face with tears, swapanina with his own hand, udvikshamanam who was seen in that attitude by Mother Yaśodā, Bhaya Vihvala Ikshanam, whose eyes appeared distressed because of such fear of his mother. Haste, by the hand. Grihitva, catching. Bhishayanti, Mother Yaśodā was threatening him. Avagurat, and thus she very mildly chastised him. Translation by Krishna Krupamurti, His Loving Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. When caught by Mother Yaśodā, Krishna became more and more afraid and admitted to being an offender. As she looked upon him, she saw that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes, and he rubbed his eyes with his hands. As he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yaśodā, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him. Would anyone like to read the purport, please?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes, please.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. From these dealings between Mother Yaśodā and Krishna, we can understand the exalted position of a pure devotee in loving service to the Lord. Yogis, Jnanis, Karmis, and Vedantists cannot even approach Krishna. They must remain very, very far away from him and try to enter his bodily effulgence, although this also they are unable to do. Great demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva always worship the Lord by meditation and by service. Even the most powerful Yamraj fears Krishna. Therefore, as we find in the history of Ajamil, Yamraj instructed his followers not even to approach the devotees, what to speak of capturing them. In other words, Yamraj also fears Krishna and Krishna's devotees. Yet this Krishna became so dependent on Mother Yashoda that when she simply showed Krishna the stick in her hand, Krishna admitted to being an offender and began to cry like an ordinary child. Mother Yashoda, of course, did not want to chastise her beloved child very much, and therefore she immediately threw her stick away and simply rebuked Krishna, saying, "Now I shall bind you so that you cannot commit any further offensive activities. Nor for the same nor for the time being can you play with your playmates." This shows the position of a pure devotee, in contrast with others like Gyanis, yogis, and the followers of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies in regarding the transcendental nature of the absolute truth. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada, in this purport, he shows us that Krishna becomes dependent on his devotee. The Supreme Lord who controls everything and everyone, he becomes completely dependent on his devotee's love. He sees the stick in Mother Yashoda's hand and he becomes fearful. He admits his mischief and he cries like an ordinary child. So this reveals his Bhakta Vatsalya, his special affection for his devotees. And the devotee also is always very compassionate. Mother Yashoda, she immediately, when she sees him in this condition, crying and rubbing the ointment, Rajal, Anjan, on his cheeks with the tears, Mother Yashoda immediately throws away the stick. She does not want to cause him any pain. So, as Prabhupada writes in the purport that, she scolds him very lovingly and binds him, and not in punishment, but out of affection and concern. So, Acharyas say, His Holiness Radha Govind Goswami Maharaj says in his Damodar Katha that वो डर रही थी कि ये अब डर में घर से भाग जाएगा, इसलिए बांध लिया. Now, out of fear of punishment, he may run away from home. So she thought, let me bind him. And this shows the intimacy and the sweetness, the madhurya of pure Vatsalya, maternal love, which is, free from any awe or reference or any calculation. And this is what the part of bhakti does. Prabhupada writes in the purport in the last line, the Jnanis, the yogis, karmis, even the followers of Vedanta, they can only reach to Krishna's impersonal effulgence, Brahman. They can only try to reach there, but they cannot attain this his personal association. They always remain a little bit far away from him. So let's read the translation again. When fought by Mother Yashoda, Krishna became more and more afraid and admitted to being an offender. As she looked upon him, she saw that he was crying, his tears mixing with the black ointment around his eyes. And as he rubbed his eyes with his hands, he smeared the ointment all over his face. Mother Yashoda, catching her beautiful son by the hand, mildly began to chastise him. So, this reveals, this loving exchange between Mother Yashoda and Krishna reveals how Krishna's omnipotence becomes covered by the love of his devotee. This is the exact moment that this verse is describing. This is the exact moment about which Satyavrat Muni has written the second stanza of Damodarashtakam, that the one who is Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. That one, so that's the first verse, but that Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam, that Ishwar is now Rudantam Muhurnetra Yugmam Rijantam Karam Bhuja Yugmena Satanka Netram Muhu Shwasakamba Trirekanka Kantha Sthita Damodaram Bhaktivatam. The one whom everyone bows down to, Namami Ishwaram, the one who is Ishwara, who is the Supreme Lord, the one who is Satchidananda Rupam, who is the embodiment, whose form is the embodiment of a Sat, eternal existence, Chit, knowledge, and eternal bliss, Acchidananda. That same personality is now Rudantam. He is crying. He is crying and he is crying again and again. Mohu. Repeatedly and continuously, he is crying, he is sobbing, and he is rubbing his netra yugmam with the pair of his eyes with both of his hands. And he is mrijantam. He is rubbing, Krishna is rubbing his eyes to wipe away the tears. And he is satanka netram. You can see atanka, fear in his eyes. So he is rudantam muhur. He is crying repeatedly. And he is netra yugmam rijantam. He is rubbing two of his eyes. With what? The second line says, karamboja yugmenam. With his kara yugmena, with two of his hands, which are like amboja, amboj means lotus flower. So he is with his two lotus hands, he is rubbing his two eyes. And what kind of eyes? Satanka netram, the eyes that are sa atanka. His eyes are wide open in atank, in fear. Why? Because he can now see the stick in Mother Yashoda's hand. She's holding a stick now. And in that fear, Muhu Shvasa Kampa. So Muhu, again and again, he is a Swasa, his breathing is Kampa, is trembling. And because of his crying, his breathing becomes rapid. And he is literally trembling, his Kampa, Muhu Shvasa Kampa. And not only that, Tri Rekhanka Kantha, his neck. Scriptures describe his neck as Kanthe Tri Rekha Shankha Iva. So Krishna's neck is like a conch shell, but that beautiful neck today is Tri Rekhanka Kanta. It has been marked with three lines. And as he is breathing and sobbing, these three lines on his neck, they are moving. And how do we know that? Because the verse says Sthita Griva, the pearl necklace around his neck, it can be seen moving. So even the necklace is trembling as his body is shaking from crying. And that's why he says, Sthita Graiva Damodaram Bhakti-bhattam. So that Namamishwaram Sachidananda Rupam, the Ishwar whom I bow down to, and to whom everyone in creation bows down to, who is Sachidananda Rupam, is Damodar today. His Udar, his belly, is going to be bound by a rope today. And not just by the rope, but Bhakti-bhattam. The heart of this verse of Satyavrat Muni is that he is bound by bhakti. So non-devotees may wonder, they would wonder that, well, what is so great about this? A boy is getting bound by a rope by his mother for the mischief he has done. And these sentimental people, these devotees, they are spending the whole month singing about this, every year, every day in this Kartik month. But no, only devotees know that he is bhakti baddham, that he is not bound by the rope, but by bhakti, by loving devotional service, the pure love, prema of Mother Yaśodā. That is how he is bound. So the Lord that causes fear in everyone, even in Yamaraj, or even Yamaraj trembles before him. But today he himself is trembling in fear of his devotees' love. And this is the height of Madhurya. Of our sweet one, and this is the God, appearing as a helpless child today. But even when he is punished, Krishna remains all attractive. Even when he is getting punished, Satyavrat Muni is saying that Karam Boja, even when he is getting punished, his hands are looking like a lotus. So Krishna is always the all charming, all beautiful, the all attractive one. And the rope represents, the loving devotion of Mother Yaśodā, by which he gets Baddha Bhakti Baddha. And the act of her, Mother Yaśodā, binding him shows that love can do anything. What even what yoga, jnana, tapas cannot do, love can. It can bind the supreme. So Mother Yaśoda's love has conquered the unconquerable. Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna was bound by the love of his mother, And that is his nature. He becomes subordinate to his devotee. So every day during Kartik, when we offer the ghee lamp to Lord Damodar, and when we chant this verse of damodarashtakam, what we need to meditate is that if Yaśodā Ma could bind Krishna by her affection, may I too bind him in my heart through pure and selfless devotion. And Bilvamangal Thakur says in Chaurastakam, Chinatsi ghoram yamapashabandham bhinatsi bhimam bhavapashabandham chinatsi sarvasya samastabandham naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham. You can, Krishna, you can cut Yamapasha, the terrible bandha, the trap of Yamraj. When someone prays you, when Gajendra prayed to him, out of fear of death, then he cut Yamapasha. For thousands of years, Gajendra struggled, but he could not free himself. And nor could his elephant companions help him. And then in utter exhaustion and despair, he remembered his loving devotional service from a previous life when he had been King Indradyumna, a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And as soon as he remembered that, oh, I am not an ordinary, I am a devotee, then helpless and desperate, he lifted, he plucked a lotus flower and he lifted it with his trunk, and he cried out that, "O Lord of all, O Supreme Person, the cause of all causes, please save me." So when Gajendra cried out, the Lord immediately appeared as Sri Hari on Garud and holding his Sudarshan Chakra, and he swiftly cut the crocodile's mouth with his Sudarshan Chakra, and he freed Gajendra from bondage. And the Acharyas explained that Lord did not, he did more than just killing the crocodile. He cut the noose, the grip of karma and death himself, Yamapasha. That Yamapasha that binds all of us conditioned souls. We are all bound by Yamapasha, the rope, the noose of Yamraja, which symbolizes the laws of karma, death, and reaction to our actions, our karma fal. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7.16, Chaturvidha bhajante mam janah sukruti norjuna arto jignasu arthati gnanicha bharatarshava. 4 kinds of pious men, they begin to render devotion to me. They come to me. Artha, distressed, jignasu, inquisitive, artharthi, the one who desires wealth, and gnani, the one who seeks knowledge. So 4 kinds of people, Krishna says, come to me. And Gajendra was the Artha Bhakta, the distressed devotee. So when a distressed devotee cries out sincerely to Krishna, then he cuts Yampasha, these bonds in a moment. And that is the nature of our Lord. In Gajendra Lila, the Lord frees a devotee from the ropes of death, Yampasha. But in Damodar Lila, the same Lord allows himself to be bound by the ropes of love, by Bhakti Pasha. Someone asked Srila Prabhupada, how long does it take one to be Krishna conscious? And Prabhupada said, 1 moment. It does not take time. It just takes sincerity. So Krishna consciousness can be attained in 1 second. If one simply agrees that Krishna, from now on, whatever you say, I will do. And that is all. So he says, Krishna says, Yathechasi tatha kuru. As you like, you may act. But no, a devotee says, Karishye vachanam tava. No, I will do what you say. So the 1 moment, Srila Prabhupada says it takes to be Krishna conscious. That 1 moment is the moment of this surrender, when the heart turns completely towards Krishna without any kinds of reservations, and when becomes Anyabhilashita shunyam, does not have any other desire. Similarly, Ajamil, Prabhupada also mentions in the purport, Ajamil was delivered instantly by simply calling Narayan at death, even unintentionally. So when Ajamil uttered Narayan, Yamraj warned his messengers, Yamadutas, to never go near the devotees of the Lord and, let alone try to arrest them. So Yamraj himself, he has great fear and reverence for Krishna and his devotees. So the whole year, we chant our rounds, and in the grind of our material life, chanting may become mechanical. But this Kartik month, this Damodar month, is a reminder that the rope that is, the thread that is tying our beads, they have the power to bind the one who binds everything in the universe. In Bhagavad Gita, he says, Sutre Mani Ganaiva. He says that I am the string that is, the string that is threading everything. Krishna says is me. Just like on a pearl necklace, the pearls are strung on a thread. So he's that invisible string, the thread, and the thread of our chanting beads. It has the power to bind him. Krishna says to Arjun in Bhagavad Gita 7.7, Mattaha parataram nanya kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre maniganaiva. That, there is Mattha parataram nanya. There is nobody superior to me. And everything rests upon me. So Krishna is all pervading by his multiple energies, material energies, spiritual energies, and there is no truth superior to that Supreme Person because he is the supermost. He is smaller than the smallest and is greater than the greatest. He is situated in a silent tree, and he is the one, he illuminates the transcendental sky. And just like a tree spreads its roots, Krishna spreads his existence, his extensive energies all throughout this universe. Shvetashwar Upanishad says, Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasah Parastat तामेव विदित्वति मृत्युमेति na anya pantha vidyate na anya. That I know that Supreme Personality of Godhead who is transcendental to all material conceptions of darkness. And only one who knows him can transcend the bonds of bandhan, of birth and death. There is no way for liberation from Yam Pash other than knowing the Supreme Person. And to that Supreme Person, Bilva Mangal Thakur says that you can cut Yam Pasha Bandham, you can cut Bhava Pasha Bandham, and Chinatsi Sarvasya Samasta Bandham. You can cut all kinds of bondages of everyone, but Naivatmano Bhakta Kritam tu Bandham. You are unable to cut the knot that is tied, that is fastened by your own loving devotees. When Bhakta Kritam tu Bandham, when a devotee bound you, when Mother Yaśodā bound you, then suddenly you became incapable of cutting that bondage. Because that is what you really want. For us to bind you in our true love, and not ritualistic, but loving devotional service. And Bilva Mangal Thakur expresses this emotion of someone who wants to bind him in an unmatchable way. He says, Man manase tamasarashi ghore karagrihe dukhamaye nibadha labhasva he chor hare chiraya Svachaurya dosho chitame vadandam. You stole butter, then your mother bound you. But to me, you stole my everything. So, O thief, today I have imprisoned you. Man manase tamas rashi ghore. I have put you in the jail, in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is tamas rashi ghore, which is a very fearful place because of the tamasa, but because of the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, labhasva he chor hare chiraya. For a very long time, chiraya, hey chore, O thief, you will have to stay in the jail of my heart. I sentence you the life imprisonment in that darkest of the dark places, my heart. Because what else? What else can I do? Swachorya doshochitameva dandam. You must be punished. You must receive appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery, of stealing. You steal everything of everyone, so you must be punished. And very beautiful and intimate verse, last verse, he says, Karagrihe vas sada hridaye madhihe mad bhakti pasha dridabandhana nishchala san. Tvam Krishna he pralaya koti shatantarepi sarvasya chor hridayan nahi mochayami. Nahi mochayami. I'm not going to leave you. O Krishna, once I punish you in the jail of my heart, you will have to stay there forever. The rope of my devotion will be forever tight, and you will have to continue to reside in the prison house of my heart forever, because I am not going to leave you. I'm not going to release you even for millions of ages. So this is the spirit of Damodar. This is the spirit of Damodar Leela. But now, and roles are reversed. In Vrindavan, Mother Yaśodā bound Krishna with the rope of love, but a devotee prays to bind Krishna in his own heart with the same rope, Mad Bhakti Pasha. The devotee says that, oh Krishna, you may be Mukunda, the giver of liberation, but I'm not going to let you be free. You must stay in my heart and forever be my prisoner. So, oh Damodar, bind me in such a way that I can never leave you and that you can never leave me. Even after, Pralaya Koti Shatantarepi, even after universes are destroyed, the devotee's relationship with Krishna, it remains because it is apratihata, unbroken, and it is nitya, it is eternal. And the highest mood of loving possession, mamata, that you are mine, oh Krishna, you are mine, and I will not let you go even for a moment. So, Srila Prabhupada said that Krishna is unconquerable, he is Ajita, but he becomes conquered by love. And Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The love that Krishna becomes conquered by, Mahamantra, is that love in sound form. And Kartik is a chance to strengthen that love. Each sincere repetition that we do of Mahamantra is like we are tying another knot on that rope, knot by knot, name by name. Our heart can become a home for him. And when he hears his devotee calling through chanting, he becomes restless. The all-powerful Lord who controls the countless universes, he becomes helplessly controlled by the sound of his own name coming from the heart of his devotee. So when we are chanting, we are not just repeating syllables, but we are weaving a garland of love. We are preparing the garland for Krishna that will, that will draw him towards our heart, and the garland that we will offer him at the end of life when we will see him. So let's make that garland so beautiful, each day with so much care that when we finally stand before him, that he will smile and he will be so pleased that this is what you made, and he will accept it with from our trembling hearts, and he will place that garland around his neck. So it's time, 7 o'clock. We will pause here. It's Monday. If anyone has any realizations or comments or questions, corrections, please unmute and share. All right. Thank you for joining and inspiring me to glorify Krishna. Grantaraj srimadbhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Have a blissful Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.